we'll turn off the music now. What is going on? So let's see here. Is this right? I don't think I did yet. Hang on. Hang on, I can do this. Gotta update my stream deck here. Scene. This is... you know what? This one. That's the one. So... Yep, that's right. So I'll swap out of studio mode now. And swap over to... Hello! Welcome to Monday Night Malware, the second episode. Hopefully this is all picking up. Hopefully the fan behind me and the AC behind me is not. Sorry if I'm looking up and away, I'm just checking things. Things seem okay. Try not to touch my face as much this time. I noticed I was doing that too much. And there I go again. Cut it out with the hands. I gotta go out, not in. That's what's up. Hi, I'm Matt. And through all the confusion of last week, all my nerves, I forgot to even give myself an intro. So, welcome to the show, Monday Night Malware. And we'll talk about that first, I guess. Where do I begin? I'm just some dude on the internet. I'm a fan of many things. I'm mostly a video game player. I don't really watch a lot of shows, a lot of movies, but you know, I have my few favorites here and there. And that's about it. Narrowed it right down. I'm just some dude. And you know, as I kind of said last week, I started the show because of that stupid game Forspoken. They thought it was a great idea to I don't know, make that insane trailer. Go back to last week with my blathering idiocy, and you'll find out. But on that note, let's go. Am I... Okay. Everything looks good. Excellent connection. Everything seems good. What should we start with? Oh, you know what? Let's start with this. Stream Deck can go. I forgot one thing. Stream Deck, pull you back up. This one here. I think that's the right button. I am actively working on trying to make a new, or to produce content. I'm not very good at it, but here I could show off. If I think it's this button. That ain't it at all. Incredible. It must be. Wait, I don't even think that's... Is that even in here anymore? Oh, it is. No wonder I'm so confused. Okay, I was making a whole new... I think this... Never mind. Distracted. It's distracted driving. That's what this is. I'm not driving at all, but it totally is distracted driving. Let's see. What button? It's not that one. Oh, it's this one. Produce video with internet. Clever. So, this is my planned look. Granted, the Firefox slash, you know, the internet display over here is a little messed up. That's just for my plans today. So I guess, let me see, that will be This will be, main will be internet browse. Hang on. This will be produced. Let me type that in. Holy moly. Oh. View duration, never mind, sorry. Whoa. What just happened? I didn't, something happened. I'm so confused. Apologies. I'm already, wow, I'm scrambling. Everything, all my windows just disappeared on me. Excuse me. Apologize, beg my pardon. Shout out to One Pug. If you know what I'm talking about, One Pug Life. Beg my pardon, now we cheat. And, okay, that's clear. This is what my produced videos are gonna look like. I'm a little iffy on the background. I want to be able to make that sort of world thing that's happening back there loop better, but I don't know. Let me know if that's too distracting or not. It just swapped right then. Anyway, we'll go back to me. One of the topics already is Warski, of course, but what I want to return to ultimately is our good topic from last week, Saints Row. Turns out, let's see, this bud? I got it right. Okay. This was last week's score of Metacritic. It wasn't released yet. 14 hours until release. 59. Want to venture a guess as to what it is now? 67. Critics, I'm disappointed in you. I am extremely disappointed in you. However, check out that score. And this is for PC. It's slightly different on PS5. User score is 2.7 out of 10. He made a solid game. Very well done. Solid game with this freak of nature. That freak of nature. What are you doing? No one wants this. No one wanted this. This way. Go back to having fun. This isn't fun. That's my ultimate crusade. Is that go back to fun. Just do it. Promise. It'll be okay. So now that that's out of the way, 67. It went up. I think actually, well, let me double check there's a PS5 score. Let's go check out the PS5 one. Okay, Metascore is down, 63. User score is up though. What are you doing, PS5 users? Fools. Well, that's a quick little topic for you. Catch up on that one. And here's another quick one for you. Game rant, the best. Oh. Screw you, Game Rant. I don't want to disable my ad blocker. How dare you? Dr. Disrespect thinks all snipers should be one shot in video games. This is a tweet that went kind of viral this week. August 27th, 2 days ago. Headshot with a sniper should be an automatic knock or elimination in any video game. Facts. Total facts. I agree 100%. Especially in a game like a battle royale game where it takes a little bit of skill to do it. It's a lot of health. I would venture a game like Warzone, basically any bolt action rifle should be a headshot knock. That's just a tough shot to make. Makes sense. Games like Fortnite or I guess Apex in a way. Apex has the Kraber though. The Kraber should be a one-shot headshot. Down, at least. Shouldn't be an insta kill. That'd be a little much for a battle royale, but one-shot headshot down totally makes sense. Fortnite, maybe I would say maybe purple and gold for damage. For like the heavy sniper rifle, makes total sense to me. DMR kind of thing, that doesn't. I think that's in a good spot right now for that game, in particular. And yeah, this sentiment. I mean, a lot of people. There's 150,000 likes since he posted it as of, I guess this was today, but yesterday. Some of the names were professional Warzone player Iceman Isaac and Call of Duty League caster Maven. Iceman Isaac argued that one-shot potential of a sniper should only be rewarded if the weapon takes skill, well, referring to the Kraber. Totally makes sense. Much slower but matches the lack of speed with power. Maven shares similar sentiment but clarifies there need to be adjustments such as bullet drop implemented versus it being a one-hit wonder, a one-hit without proper trade-off. I agree with that too, but Kraber in Apex has bullet drop and travel time. What can man get out of here? Totally, you know, bullet drop and time to kill makes sense. And I think that also exists in Call of Duty to an extent, right? A toddler could get a knock with a Kar 98K Warzone. I fully agree with that. There's no bullet drop. There is, I would say that there is at least time, like travel time for the bullet. I think that's okay too. As long as that exists, you know. What do you think? Hit me in those comments down there. God, I'm so new to this. It sounds awful. I hate it. Feeling so much. Okay, that's that topic though. I know some people are like, "Oh, instant knock, that's lame." It exists in Overwatch with Widowmaker for most heroes. It exists in a lot of games. I think it's the right call when you have the right trade-off for it. But don't at me, I guess. Okay, moving on. Here's I guess, should we continue on to Warski or should we go? Let's continue with the gaming news, I guess. Here's some bad news that came out. It came out like last Tuesday, I want to say. 19th? 10 days ago. Just missed it last week. Sorry about that. Sega Picture Start team for video game adaptation, Space Channel 5 and Comix Zone exclusive. I'd never heard of Space Channel 5. Let me just be clear with that. There's a third Sonic the Hedgehog movie in the works. Sega, the video game company behind the global hit, is now targeting other titles for adaptation. Sega has partnered with Picture Start, the banner behind the recently released Am I OK and Sundance hit Cha Cha Real Smooth. Touching my face, but did they make a movie based on the Cha Cha slide? Did they really make? They made a movie based on the Cha Cha slide. Maybe let's look that up for a second. Cha Cha Real Smooth. What is this abomination? What Dakota Johnson, I've heard that name at least. Comedy drama film written, produced by Cooper Rafe, who he also stars in. What is this? Okay, side tangent. Removed as DJ. Okay, 12-year-old asks a party host out on a date. She rejects him due to the age difference. 10 years later, same person, their girlfriend, moves to Barcelona to finish her Fulbright. Oh. Vince meets Donna. What is this? This has nothing to do with the cha-cha slide. What the hell? I'm gonna guess that's like the. Oh, I'm gonna encourage you to dance by doing the cha-cha slide. Okay, I'm a little keyed up by that one. Picture start. We'll see how it goes, I guess. They're making two of its 90s video games, Space Channel 5 and Comix Zone, basically into film adaptations. Channel 5 is a comedy dance adaptation of the cult classic 1999 dance game. It's a dance game. Interesting. Never seen it. I'll have to look it up at some point. We'll tell a story of a hapless fast food worker who was recruited by a freedom reporter from the future to save the world from aliens using the one thing that unites all people on the planet: our love of silly viral dances. Viral dances? That. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That project is being written by Barry Battles and Near Panery. Battles might be Battels. Batlets? Butlis. Barry Butlis wrote and directed The Baytown Outlaws, a 2012 crime comedy. There hasn't been a comedy movie since like The Hangover, by the way. Billy Bob Thornton and Eva Longoria. Henry wrote and directed Extracted, a sci-fi drama nominated for the Emerging Visions Award at South by Southwest. Zone, which they've taken the comics out of this apparently, unless they've taken the space out of Space Channel 5, and they've taken the comics out of Comix Zone. It seems like that's the implication of what they've done here. Zone, an adaptation of the cult console game, follows a jaded comic book creator and a young queer writer of color. There's a red flag for you. There's a big old red flag for you. Look. Young queer writer of color. Sketch from the original game. The guy in the thumbnail. Let me pull up, Comix Zone. Bill. This guy. Young queer writer of color. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. It just snuck up on me. This guy. Totally a young queer writer of color. Sketch. I don't remember his last name, but this guy, Sketch, is his name. Does anyone see the problem here? Now, oh, we're hitting the. This does say a jaded comic book creator and a young queer writer of color. I guess this implies two separate characters. When sucked into the final issue of his popular series. Nope. Nope. That right there implies one character. So it is a jaded comic book creator who is a young queer writer of color who is sucked into the final issue of his popular series and must put aside this is written so poorly. Zone, an adaptation of cult console game, follows a jaded comic book creator and a young queer writer of color. This section follows a jaded comic book creator and a young queer writer of color. Implies two characters. Next comma, who, when sucked into the final issue of his popular series, one person, implies one, must put aside their differences to stop a dangerous supervillain from sowing complete destruction. Two again. So, pretty sure jaded comic book creator might still be Sketch. Now that I'm reading this fully, sounds like there's two characters. Hose is pissing like a racehorse. One moment here. One little sneeze and then the waterworks go. My god. Here I was. Sounds like two characters. In the process, they wittily explore the ever-evolving art of storytelling itself. This is a movie? A movie. They really think this is gonna work, huh? I think I'll continue on. Let's read this next paragraph, and I'll give you my thoughts. Zone will be written by May Cat, whose credits include writing on the Emmy-winning animated DC series Young Justice. I've heard good things about Young Justice. How to Train Your Dragon spin-off series Dragons the Nine Realm. Also a writer on Netflix's Transformers War for Cybertron trilogy. Sorry. This article's written like fucking bubkiss. Royce Reeves Darby and Eric Feige are overseeing both projects for Picture Start. Feig. It's Feig. I've seen that name before. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Produce alongside the company's Sammy Kim Falvey. Picture Start already has a toe in video game adaptations as it's one of the companies producing Borderlands. I actually haven't heard about the Borderlands movie. There's potential there. I wonder if it's animated. I wonder if it's live action. Borderlands is a great series. In general. I think it was best on the first one. One of the worst was the prequel series. The pre-sequel. That's the word. And, sorry, sidetracked. Comic Zone was one guy fighting his created villain from the comic book. And the woman in the comic book that he creates is like a side character, is his ally that helps him through the game. It's a very cool concept. It's very unique for the beat 'em up side-scrolling genre. Like, the villain is the one who popped out of the comic book, while Sketch is the one who popped into the comic book. You have various enemies, like I think this is a Gravis. They like the villain literally pencils them in as you walk back and forth across the screen and beat them up. Pretty fun concept, and you would jump between the panels. Pretty neat. It's certainly a fun game to check out. It's on Nintendo's. It's basically on any Genesis / Mega Drive's compilation. Worth checking out, 100%. Oh, I just realized that's in there twice. Damn it. Is it in this? Oh, I totally put it on the wrong one. Can I cut this? Copy, I'm gonna clear it. Excusez-moi. That's why I wanted it on this one. Hey, there, okay. Sorry it took me so long to figure out. I hit that. Okay, that's correct now. It's a work in progress. Don't mind me. Essentially, yeah, you go through each page. It's like I want to say a 6 to 8 page game, quote unquote. Not the games, quote unquote. Pages is the quote unquote. Those are like the levels, essentially. And it's your duty to survive through the level, picking up power-ups, using you have like a pet rat. Kind of weird, kind of funny. That's just like you go to the Himalayas, you go to this weird, I think it's like Death Valley. There's your little pet rat down here. It's a very clever game. And eventually you save the girl, beat the bad guy, turn into this not hulking, giant superhero. But then you pull him out, or you get out of the comic book by beating him, and you pull the girl out too. So all of a sudden you have the girl too. Pretty sick concept, honestly. And from that, they got put aside differences to stop a dangerous supervillain from sowing complete destruction. In the process, they wittily explore the ever-evolving art of storytelling itself. I don't see how this is gonna work. If they go super stylized with this, I could see it. If they literally make it a comic book, and you just follow them through the frames as they're flipping through, the jumping through, similar to the game. It doesn't have to be all beat 'em up, of course. That's the game aspect. But if they have these two characters interact with the world and interact with the comic book in a creative way, that's not all close behind the person's shots. I don't know the terms for film, but if they make it interesting, there's a chance, there's a shot. There's a shot. Am very red flags are raised with this right here. Young queer writer of color. 100%. 100%. Gotta watch out for that. Simply because we've seen it all before. Too many times. And that actually segues me into... Here, I'm gonna pull this off for now. I want to do a quick sort of summary on Rings of Power. Talk about our good Amazon show that's coming up. This is gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be real bad. Let's see, Rings of Power. Uh, I guess let's just go with an article. This might be interesting. Everything you need to know about the Rings of Power before watching. I'm gonna pull it over here. I think I've said everything I need to say about Zone, Comic Zone. I'm very excited. The video game producer, Kagase Imamura. Kagase? Sega's video game producer will join the team for Zone. That gives me a little hope. I don't think it's inherently bad. But I'm watching you. Red flags are up. Watching you. Just with the way things have been going with a lot of Disney stuff, it's hard to respect what Hollywood's been doing. For real. Let's go down this CNET. CNET's a, it's kind of an old internet thing. Everything you need to know about the Rings of Power before watching. No matter how big a Tolkien fan you are, there are some things you should know before starting this Amazon Prime series. Also, Holly, let's see what your thoughts are. Came out this morning. Have you ever had $1 billion laying around, a lifetime love of the Lord of the Rings, and a desire to... this is already bad. Oh boy. And a desire to make a TV series in that world? Because that's what Amazon is doing with its new series, The Rings of Power. Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Let's say the whole thing. It's a massive undertaking, with seemingly impossible stakes in a time when fantasy television is at its most popular. And while Amazon has spared no expense advertising the series so far, there are a ton of questions to be answered about what this show is and whether it's something you want to sit down and watch when it hits Prime Video on September 2nd. The first, if you're in the US. Is The Rings of Power a prequel? In many ways, yeah. Many ways, yes. I feel like in all ways it should be yes. That's the whole implication. It takes place before The Lord of the Rings. Okay. Rings of Power takes place before the events of The Lord of the Rings, so for the sake of simplicity, this series is a prequel to the films. Someone had a word count. Gotta add those 3 words in there. The Rings of Power takes place thousands of years before The Lord of the Rings. It's a time period in Middle-earth referred to as the Second Age, because time in this world is divided across globally impactful events. Yes. That's true. The Third Age, I'm not even that... Look, I'm a fan of the movies. I've read a little bit of the first book. I have like a whole compilation. I think it's Chris Tolkien. It was rearranged basically, or not rearranged, but just arranged into a single book with all 3 of the Lord of the Rings in one book. Got through most of Fellowship. Anyway. Third Age, where Sauron is a big glowy eye and is hunting for the ring, is very far away from the events of this series. Sauron is very much person-shaped in this series. Additionally, where the films were adapted from, the 3 books, where the TV series is not so... where the films were adapted from the 3 books written by J.R.R. Tolkien, TV series is not so thoroughly sourced. That's the problem. Amazon was unable to secure the film rights to the Silmarillion, Tolkien's collection from before The Lord of the Rings. Instead, the series will be based on the appendices in The Lord of the Rings. Tolkien left a ton of notes about the history of Middle-earth in his very popular trilogy, including an abridged history of many of the events within the Silmarillion. They didn't get the Silmarillion. Interesting. If you're confused about what exactly this means for the series, you're not alone. even in the Silmarillion, there aren't the same kind of rich details regarding the events of the Second Age you get in The Lord of the Rings. That means Amazon's writing team has a lot of space to fill. Not exactly. There's things they could do. I'll give them that. Things they're allowed to do. Seen the trailers. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's made some Tolkien fans nervous about the show being respectful to the source material. That's a bit of an understatement. Shout out to the fans, for real though. Y'all are great. Y'all are what makes this happen. Do I need to watch or read anything before starting it? You don't need to have seen Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit to enjoy The Rings of Power. I think that's the only criteria you need to enjoy The Rings of Power is that you have not seen those. Am I wrong? We'll see. I plan on watching this shit. I really do. I'm gonna watch this just so I can attempt to make some content over it. It's gotta be bad. It's gotta be bad, y'all. It's not necessary to have recently consumed the extended editions of every film, and the same goes for all of the books. It's certainly not going to hurt if you've seen them recently, or if you've read the Silmarillion at some point. And don't fret if you're ever lost about something in an episode. We'll be posting recaps. Oh yeah, great. We'll be posting recaps. Yeah. Be right back seeing it. What is it about? If you've watched or read The Lord of the Rings, you know it focuses on Sauron's control ring. Sauron. This golden ring was created as a way to manipulate the leaders of the races of dwarves, elves, and men, received powerful magic rings as gifts. Sauron's ring. Oh my god, I did it again. Sauron's ring, often called the One Ring, corrupted an effort to bring the people of Middle-earth together after a great war against Morgoth. The Rings of Power, as the name suggests, is the story leading up to the creation of Sauron's ring. Why is my highlighting doing that? It's the history and politics of Middle-earth after a brutal war, and the efforts to grow and thrive after. Look, we're going after a brutal war? Is that what you just said? But why is Galadriel all dressed up in armor? Why is Don Lemon as Nerdrotic and and Geeks and Gamers, as all of them say? It's kind of bad that that's all I know of the character. It's a little unfortunate. Barely dressed to the nines in armor for the war that Galadriel is totally not the leader of. Except she is. I thought wait. After a brutal war. So there's more war after a brutal war? Is that what's going on? You're gonna see Dwarven kingdoms at their most glorious instead of the ruins we see in Lord of the Rings. Follow a younger, impulsive, battle-hardened. Come on now. Battle-hardened Galadriel. Long before she becomes the powerful, ethereal being we meet in the movies. She's supposed to always be this ethereal being. She is. It's true. Supposed to be. Unreal. This starting to bug me. We're going to see how the great kings of men went from being a great and powerful empire. But, huh? The great kings of men. Is that alright? If anyone is in the chat, which I don't think you are, I in fact know you aren't, according to my dashboard here. Apologies. Is Kings of Men, is that an empire? Or is that talking about the kings of men? You know, like Rohan's king. Like Gondor's king. Like Numenor's king. Or queen, since we know that's already happening. We're going to see how the great kings of men went from being a great and powerful empire to the shattered, scattered remains haunted by the ringwraiths they created through their own greed and malice. This part is true, at least from what I pick up from the books. The 9 kings are the ringwraiths, right? They got created through their own greed and malice. That's why they took the rings. Instead of a single quest like The Lord of the Rings, you can expect to see many beautiful and twisting paths, leading the audience to what will ultimately be a fairly dark conclusion. I have no faith. Will familiar characters show up? No. Literally no. There are 2 popular characters from Lord of the Rings with much more significant roles in the Rings of Power. Galadriel and Elrond. Listen here. These 2 motherfuckers are not Galadriel and Elrond. They're not. They're not. Elrond has long hair. Elves have long hair. Let me return. Let's circle back. Don't get me started on corporate speak. Let's talk about Elrond and his short hair. The elf with short hair. The dwarf with no beard. Which Queen Disa, or whatever her fucking name is. Female dwarf with no beard. Certainly no honor. No honor for that one. Unbelievable what they've done with this. Absolutely unbelievable what they've done to the Lord of the Rings. Galadriel is a young warrior commander. No, she's not. On a quest to avenge the death of her brother, while Elrond seeks to achieve status through political means. If anything, it's the other way around, y'all. Galadriel would be the one seeking power through political means. Because she's not a warrior. Elrond famously fought in the battle for Middle-earth against Sauron. In the last great battle, I forget what the actual war is called. The one that is with the Isildur. You know, the one that they show in the movies. That one. The one where Isildur. The one where he doesn't give up the ring. The one where he beats Sauron. Elrond's the fighter. Galadriel is the political mastermind. Should be. Not in Rings of Power, though. The rest of the characters you have seen before are either not even close to being born yet, or they haven't even arrived in Middle-earth. This is so far back in the past that hobbits, as we know them, don't exist, and which is true. The hobbits do not exist. Period. not as we know them, and their ancestors have not yet found the Shire. Hobbits came from 3 different kinds of halfling, one of which are Harfoots. Hobbits are just 3 kinds of halfling, one of which are Harfoots. These Harfoots are nomadic and move around a lot to stay safe. We're going to get to know at least one tribe during Rings of Power, but why? Because we needed hobbits in our Rings of Power show. We needed hobbits. Why can't we just do elves? Elves and humans. Elves and men. Dwarves. Can't just do those 3? No, we need hobbits. They're gonna need Ents. They're gonna need orcs. They're gonna need a Balrog. Of course they're gonna need a Balrog. They're gonna have a dragon. If you're wondering about Gandalf, he's probably not going to show up. Gandalf and the other 4 wizards of Middle-earth aren't sent to fight Sauron until the Third Age. It's possible. Haven't we already seen promotional pictures of a wizard? Isn't that? Let me see if I. This guy. New Meteor Man image. Sure does look like a wizard to me, says some guy on Reddit. The Stranger. What is this bullshit? Sorry, we'll go back to this. Is Amazon ruining the Lord of the Rings by making stuff up? Yes. This new character is making stuff up. No beard. Remember the line by Gimli? I want to say it was Two Towers, which I think is my favorite, to be completely fair. Two Towers is the most memeable. Very entertaining. They've taken the Hobbit's to Isengard. Boil a mash and stick it in a stew. Also from there. A lot of Gimli's goofy moments are there. Very memeable. Very memeable movie. Do you remember when he talks about, oh, many people think there are no dwarf women because they have beards, as Aragorn pantomimes. The women have beards. The dwarf women have beards. Why can't you represent them? This is a fantasy world. Let alone dwarves who live underground, who hardly ever have sun contact, are somehow black in this universe. Never mind that. Why are we not representing the bearded women of the world, eh? What's that about? It's pretty rude. Amazon Rings of Power. It's pretty rude. I'm offended. So offended. Worth a drink, I think. This is a long article that is still going. Oh, see, then it goes. I hate when news stories do that. How many episodes are there? First season is going to be just 8 episodes. $1 billion went into this show for 8 episodes. Unbelievable. This is a dumpster fire, and you've already, all of you, all 1 or 2 of you who may watch this after the fact, because no one's here right now. You are the ones who made it possible. You're the ones who made it possible. This billion-dollar show is gonna go right in the fucking dumpster. All thanks to you. Good job. I'm proud of you. On that note, let's move on from Rings of Power. What a joke. Should we go into Warski? Warski's filtoning. Poor guy. Poor guy. So this is Andy Warski. He's kind of, he's an internet famous guy. Been around for a little while. He, I don't know all the history, to be completely fair, but I've known about him for a good couple of years now. He's been around. Had a pretty major drug problem. Super into coke. I want to watch his fight first, and then this is his reaction. He's currently got a show with PPP, People's Populist Press. I think that's his. I forget the actual full name. I don't really care. Ashton is his actual name. They have a show called The Kino Casino, which is it's a very fun show. I enjoy watching it. They talk about internet idiots like Ethan Ralph. They talk about IP2, Ice Poseidon 2. Whew, that's a train wreck. They talk about Nick Fuentes in America First. Talk about a dumpster fire. I'm trying to remember who else they follow. It's a couple. I mean, they look out for internet people and make fun of them. That's great. I love it. It's fun to watch. Though, to be on the level, to be on the 100% on the level, whatever the fucking term is, PPP can suck my balls. I don't actually hate him that much. He's just got a kind of holier than thou. I mean, it might be his character. Sometimes I feel like the real him kind of pokes out, but he's always got this kind of like just kind of like this air about him. That was a terrible. Fuck, that was terrible. I'm not even. What am I doing? Terrible impression. Sorry about that, PPP. I guess. He's got this air about him that's very smug. And I mean, he's a tall motherfucker. Tall motherfucker who is like 8-9 billion pounds, somewhere in there. In the vicinity of that. Dude's big and intimidating. It's true. And I don't know where I'm going on with this tangent. It's Warski and PPP who have the show and make fun of internet people. And Warski's been, for the last, I guess since January, last 7-8 months, has been training to box. Now, the reason why he was training to box was because of said Ethan Ralph, who was like seething. Seething. Just, the Rage Pig was doing Rage Pig things. Saying, I could totally beat you up, Andy. Yeah. So Andy was like, alright, put your money where your mouth is. Got this dude Keemstar, who's setting up fights. Let's do it. You and me, 1v1. Boxing ring, let's go. Oh no, of course, Ethan Ralph. Well, that would mean I have to lose my gun, and that's all I have left in life is the gun. So of course he backs out, like the pussy he is, But Warski, he keeps training. He's excited about this. It's actually been a pretty fun prospect. Pretty fun to watch. Pretty happy for him. I guess this is gonna start up again. I don't know why. Pause. Let's this has been a lot of rambling.
Black, Andy Warski in the red. How about Salt Poppy the southpaw, a la Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines.
Here we go. Okay.
Expect a lot of showboating from Salt Poppy.
Salt Poppy on some of the.
Warski's also southpaw, by the way. 1, 2, down.
Salt Poppy is the real deal.
So, there's something up with the sync of the audio. It's probably for censorship purposes. I'm not gonna obviously, but yeah, big ol' 1-2 punch right here. Boom. Left hook, kind of to the head, to the temple. Another hit to the temple. Looks like another jab-ish kind of hit to the jaw. It's hard to tell from this angle. Warski's, oh god, right there. Warski's felt it right here. And then, boom! Oh my god, the head jiggle. Look at, oh. Brutal hit, man. Brutal hit. And down goes Goodman. Down goes Goodman. He kind of gets right back up. He seems fine, but no, they call it off pretty much immediately right after. Poor guy. Warski gets felted in, technically I think it was 29 seconds. According to the timer here. Yep. They ended at 2:31 of the first round. Incredible. So here's his reaction. Restarted.
I got felted.
Yeah, you did.
Holy shit. Ashton.
You got felted bad, buddy. Felted real fucking bad, buddy.
Yeah, you did.
It's not looking good, buddy. It's 20.
However, I think he goes into this. I don't remember the full video. He did it. He got in that ring. He trained and got in that ring and got felted. But man, did he make 10 grand like that? Did he get a free trip? A free vacation? Yeah, he did.
29 seconds there, bud.
Honestly, though, a lot of money for 29 seconds of work plus free vacation.
Shit, I got half for not doing fucking anything.
Look,
As PPP just said there, he got half for doing nothing. he looked pretty. And by pretty, he looked fat.
yeah. Look, I was fucking shit talking to get into his head, but Salt Poppy, my god, his fucking punch.
I mean, listen, we did everything we could to fuck with him this week.
It was that, like, those two first hits, pretty big. But, he definitely got the wind knocked out of his sails on that last, that last punch. That hit him square in the jaw, swung his head around. There's no staying up after that. Oh,
I got felted.
I clicked once.
Into his head, but Salt Poppy, my god, his fucking punch.
I mean, listen, we did everything we could to fuck with him this week, but it just, the guy's been training since he was 7 fucking years old.
Apparently.
But we sent home those fucking England fans with, you know, very happy. I'll tell you that, because we were the fucking villains of the week, and
from what I could tell, they were shit talking the whole time, which is funny. They were being a heel for jokes, for laughs. Great for them.
they booed the shit out of us. They fucking hated us. And ultimately, we ended up doing the job that Keem sent us out there to do, which was to get Andy knocked the fuck out.
I didn't think that quick, but okay.
You know, it It is what it is.
I'm fine, everyone. Thank you very much. I know. Like, I don't know what to say besides, all right, got felted. I'm looking at the felt.
Well, we'll see you fucking on comfy.stream probably Saturday. We'll see. I think so. For the
Okay, that's, just grifting at the end of this. What a fight, man. You gotta love it. I mean, on that note, that's basically the show. I want to thank whoever may have been around. Let me see if I get the right button. I hit the right button. I want to thank, if you even stopped by for a little bit, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. And man, it was a ton of fun. Be back again next week. See what other topics are coming up. Gonna watch the Rings of Power. Talk about it. So you have a good one, and talk to you later. Is this the right button? Yep, that's the right button.